I am DYANAROZAY, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by DYANAROZAY on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. What's up, Supreme Team? Welcome to the channel. It's your girl, DYANAROZAY, and I'm here to bring y'all the latest on Belle Collective. So I need everybody to come on in and hit my like button, please, and thank you. Okay, we do all things over here, opinions, commentary, reviews, you name it, we do it, okay? I just need the whole family to come on through right now, okay? Come on in. I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me, okay? What's up? What's up? What's up? If you can hear the sound of my voice, let me know. Put your city, your state, your country, your island, your continent, wherever you are from, into the chat so I can say hello to all of my beautiful supporters out here. Okay? Come on in, come on in, come on in. Hello, hello, hello. I see Lady D Keys is here. What is up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, girl from the Netherlands. Okay, welcome. Nice to have you. Come on in. Clone in the house is here. Y'all, this is my real sister. We got the same mama, same daddy. Okay? Come on in, come on in. And y'all already know, child, this is the cookout. Okay? We gather every time. Every time I come on, it is because we are here at the cookout. Okay? You got a special invite. I see the mac and cheese is here. What is up? What is up? Come on in, y'all. The mac and cheese is here. Kendrick is still on the grill, child. He never leaves. He keeps it crunk over there. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Look, what's up, Lies More Lies? Nice to have you. Nice to see all of my cousins and folks coming through. What's up, Cleveland? What's up, Baton Rouge? Louisiana, what's up, what's up, what's up? Y'all, I'm so happy to be here. I've had an interesting damn weekend, okay? Halloween weekend. Come on in, come on in. Welcome, 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 y'all. Keep dropping your city, your state, your country, island, wherever you're from into the chat. Keep letting me know what you have brought to the cookout too, okay? All is welcome. All right, now I don't know who's going to eat what, but y'all know whatever I cook, whatever I cook is good. So come on in, welcome, welcome, welcome. Y'all saw the thumbnail, right? We are here to talk about we're still talking about Letitia and Latrice and Glenn. And I have to say, I really like this episode. I'm gonna give it a solid 10. A solid 10. Okay, come on in. Come on in. Sacramento, California. Look, child, you sure have Diana with the AI mess. Child, let me tell y'all, multiple AI channels have literally taken my commentary and slightly remixed it. But pretty much every word that has come out of my mouth is being played out on another channel, on an AI channel. It's a computerized type of voice. And they are taking everything, okay? Using me as a slave on YouTube. I'm doing the work. I'm sitting here writing all my notes and shit, trying to give y'all a good show. And they literally just pick my sound up, put it through a computer, and play it. It has been very disturbing for me. Come on in, everybody. So this is the original channel, just so y'all know. And I'm not the only one they hit. They hit a lot of people. But for whatever reason, I'm the one that they hit for Lovemere Huntsville and some other shit too. I've seen it. Come on in. Come on in. I thought YouTube was supposed to get rid of these AI channels. Me too. And I have sent messages to YouTube to tell them that it is that I am being copied and all the things. And it's a whole legal process, baby. It sounds like a whole bunch of garbage. I know that I saw Judge Faith talk about it, and she said she had to actually subpoena YouTube in order to find out who the people were on the other end, because they're from all over, like in other countries like India, Russia. Yes, clown, that's right. Palestine, they're taking Black content specifically. Apparently, Black folks are the money makers on the YouTube. People love to hear about us. People love to talk about us. So they take Black content specifically and then they rework it slightly, but not really. And sometimes they just flat out lie about whatever is going on in pop culture. And they make money off of it. So if they market it to Black people, so if you are a Black person listening to these AI channels, please don't. That's the only way to stop it. Okay, you have to look for the original content creator, and yes, just do your best not to get tricked by these people because they're horrible. I think what makes it so sad is that they all have rich cultures, but they prey on Black culture. Black culture has always, since the beginning, we always get preyed on, always. And then we get kicked to the curb, beaten while they steal all of our stuff. And then, unfortunately, there's Black people that just, they don't give us our respect either. So come through, y'all. Y'all know what to do. This isn't new. This isn't new shit. It's the same old shit with a new twist, okay? Just play the role you're supposed to play, okay? Anyway, let's get to Belle Collective. I'm not going to hold y'all. 87 of you are here, so please hit my like button and share the video. You know what I'm saying? This is the cookout, okay? Culture vultures is a fact. Culture vultures is a fact. Now let's get to it. So it opens with Miss Carrie So Very. She is hosting a crawfish boil for the Bells, okay, minus Latrice and Tambra, because she said that Latrice and Tambra was too much drama and she wanted to keep everything peaceful. So she invites everybody except for the two of them. Apparently, Letitia has never eaten crawfish before. So Carrie attempts to show her how to do it, child. She shows her how to peel it and how to eat it. There's all types of sexual innuendo going on. They're doing all kinds of metaphors. Anyway, Letitia ends up dropping a piece of this crawfish on the ground, child. And Carrie picks it up and eats it. She takes it up off the ground. I don't know if she made it through the 3-second rule or however much the rule is supposed to be. I just know the shit hit the ground in the dirt. She picked it up, sucked the crawfish out, and then she called herself Sophista Cratchit, okay? She said, I'm Sophista Cratchit, it's okay. Now listen, AI, nobody Black is ever going to use that word again. It stops as of right now. So please, okay? If y'all want to take that shit, do it. But outside of that, trust me, nobody is ever going to say that word again. It was hilarious when she said it because I went, we're not going to make new words up for ratchet. We're not going to make up new words for ratchet. We're just not. Come on in, everybody. Hit the like button, share the video. But anyway, Carrie continues to teach Letitia how to eat this damn crawfish while everybody else comes walking in. Okay, the girls start coming in. Carrie ends up pouring out all the crawfish onto the picnic table. Y'all know they have a little cloth on it and everything, but there's nothing else in that damn crawfish, okay? No andouille sausage, no potatoes, no eggs, no corn on the cob, no shrimps, and it does not go unnoticed by Marie. Marie said in confessional, bitch, we're country, but this shit is just ghetto. What is going on, okay? Not to mention the fact that Carrie literally had a jar of mayonnaise and white bread. That was how she served this shit. White bread and mayonnaise. And I'm going to tell you, anybody who eats mayonnaise, if you're not, you should be. You need to be a mayonnaise snob because mayonnaise it's pretty disgusting. You know what I'm saying? But this heifer came into this scene. She literally put on a pair of plastic gloves. I don't know where she got the gloves from, but put on these plastic gloves, stuck her hand in the jar, took out 2 gobs of mayonnaise, smeared it on the bread, okay, and then slid it over to Marie. I wanted to puke for Marie. Marie said, no, ma'am, Nope, no ham, no turkey. She slid that shit back over to her. She said, I will not be eating any of this. I'm not eating the crawfish. I'm not eating this bread. I don't know what you're doing. Okay, this is disgusting. And I agree. Now everybody else was eating it. Okay, Selena was sucking the head off the shit, and Letitia, she also was eating it. But I'm with Marie. Absolutely not, ma'am. You're a restaurateur. Okay, where are the utensils? And who brings mayonnaise for crawfish? I don't even. Who eats that? That was gross. Anyway, I would say this was a bad look for you, Carrie. If you out here talking about how you micromanage shit with your employees to the point of where they're like, could you please go the hell home? This is not the look you want on TV. You are advertising yourself, baby girl. That was horrendous. Okay. Come on in. Welcome, Erica. Nice to have you. Let's see. I love mayo. Oh, hold on, child. She said, I love mayo, but I haven't tried it on crawfish. Okay. Listen. Lies more lies. What brand of mayo do you use? Because like I said, if you do eat mayo, you gotta be a snob about it. Like there's a specific brand. You just don't go eating any kind of mayo. And I stand on that, okay? You don't eat any kind of mayo. It just doesn't happen. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm from the north and I know better. Okay. Okay, come on in, y'all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. She's absolutely too much. I'm with Marie. I refuse to gain weight over some nasty food. I know that's right. Anyway, I said the same thing. I said, I don't know what she's trying to prove here, but putting your fingers in a jar of mayonnaise and slapping it across some bread and then pushing it to someone to eat. If I was a kid and that was my mama, and Clone will definitely tell you this, I would have said, hell no, I'm not eating that. I don't care. I was a kid and I would refuse to eat shit that I thought was nasty. I don't care if it, listen, I don't even remember how old I was when I said no. I just know that I said no, period. Let's see. I asked for Wendy's to add extra mayo to your sandwiches. Okay, girl. Well, it looks like Lies More Lies would have been totally comfortable at the table with Carrie. But for the rest of us, hell no, we ain't eating it, including my boy Kenny, who is on charge of our seafood boil. And y'all can see the eggs up in that motherfucker. Okay, you see the eggs, the potatoes. We don't play over here on our stuff. Okay, that was disgusting. Come on in. Believe it or not, in the South, some people do eat mayonnaise sandwiches. I don't, but some do. I take your word for it, baby. Let's see. Hellman's. Hellman's is a thumbs up. Hellman's is definitely a thumbs up. I don't do Kraft or none of that stuff. But anyway, I just wanted to say that Carrie was giving me weirdo vibes with the mayonnaise. Listen, I think that's going to have to be the new test when we're trying to figure out if people are insane or not. Baby, what do you do with your mayonnaise? We're going to have to start asking questions because that was disgusting. Anyway, like I said, Riri said absolutely not. And your mama, I'm never eating that shit. And she sat there at that table, smiled and got her check, but she didn't touch them. She didn't touch them crawfish, or she didn't touch the crawfish or that mayonnaise bread. Okay. Anyway, by the time it was all said and done, Letitia ends up saying that she's happy that Tambra and Latrice wasn't invited because she needed some peace in her life. Okay. She's still sleeping at home. She's still sleeping in the bed with her son at home. And she's still giving Glenn the cold shoulder. Okay. So she asked Selena, who is good friends with Latrice because she hasn't talked to Latrice. She said, did you talk to her? And what's your thoughts about what happened to me over there at the pool party? And Selena admits, I did talk to her. However, girl, she said, listen, you two were in a good place. And it really is just painful for my soul to see that y'all are back in this shit. She wants Letitia and Latrice to talk to each other, to work it out, she said. And she also said, listen, you ain't got shit to be embarrassed about because everybody's relationships have problems. And anyone who tells you they have a perfect relationship, they lying through their teeth. Okay. She said, so don't believe that shit. At the end of the day, it was crazy, girl, but go on ahead and talk to her. She got some things that she needs to get off her chest. Come on in. Welcome to the cookout. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Anyway, everybody, consoles her a little bit. And then Carrie said, I am planning a trip. I would like to invite all of the ladies to the Gulf Coast. And we can, have some fun, unwind, get some of this pool party shit out of our heads. Marie asked, who's all going? And Carrie said, I'm inviting everybody this time, including Tambra and Latrice. And then Marie looks down at her friend Tisha, and she said, girl, are you okay with that? And Tisha said, thank you for asking, Marie. Thank you for considering my feelings. I appreciate that. But she also said, yeah, girl, I'm going to go. I want to be a team player. Anything that you do, Carrie, I could, hold on one second, y'all. Oh, check that out. We got a whole new window over here, and I did not recognize that. So anyway, I just wanted to see. Child, they got new stuff every day. Anyway, she said, thank you for asking and taking my feelings into consideration. And then she said to Carrie, I'm not 100% yet, just so you know. So don't go planning any events or put me in any situation where me and Latrice will be combative. She said, I need you to respect where I am right now, because I am still tender when it comes to Latrice, okay, and what she got going on. And Carrie said that she understood, okay? So come on in, everybody. Welcome to the cookout. I appreciate y'all for coming through, okay? And make sure y'all hit my like button, child. We got a lot of stuff going on. Let me put my food up. This is the good seafood boil, by the way, not that raggedy one that Carrie tried to throw. So come on in. Happy Sunday, everybody. I appreciate y'all for coming through. Anyway, take that down. Now we are at Tambra's house, and I know a lot of y'all don't like Tambra, child, but this scene gave me life. This scene gave me my entire life, okay? So Tambra is at home with her baby girl who has stolen her daddy's entire face. That baby looked just like her pappy, okay? And she's telling everybody that being a mother is real different from how life used to be. She said it's very overwhelming. However, she wouldn't change a thing. That's a beautiful little baby, okay? All babies, brown babies is beautiful to me, okay? But she said, yeah, I wouldn't change a thing. Now, here comes Damon into the house. This is where shit pipes up. Damon comes in and he looks like Scarface to me. I did not notice that before, but Scarface from the Ghetto Boys, he got his entire face too. And he's just a little buff, you know what I'm saying? But he comes in and his baby is happy to see him, talking about dad, the whole nine. Anyway, he comes in, he's happy to see the family. And then we find out from Tambra that Damon is working himself into the grave. Okay, he got 2 jobs, wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning, out doing one thing, come home, barely gets enough sleep before he is out the door to the next job. Okay, she was like, we barely see him. And she said that he is always gone on the weekend. Now, in confessional, she says, listen, I don't know what he up to. Clearly, if he's taking on all this shit, there might be some extra stuff going on. I guess he got something planned. That's how she says it in the beginning. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. He looks like he has aged a lot. Does he really? Okay, all I said was that he looks like Scarface to me, especially when he had his hat on. I was like, Anyway, we find out that he's managing this club with his friend, okay? And Tambra said, listen, you've been working yourself like a slave. What you got going on? You think you can keep up? Because every time I see you, you look tired. Some of y'all in the comments is saying that he looks like he's aged. Well, child, that could have something to do with it. Anyway, he starts off trying to, share a moment with her. And he said, well, have you ever gone without? But before he gets the on out of his mouth, Tamra said, hell no, I ain't never gone without. And I don't plan on it. And then Tamra started in on a speech, child, that had my boy just sitting there looking crazy. But she said, I'm a planner. Everything I do in my life, I have financially planned for. I planned for our little girl before she was even born. I already had a savings account for her. I had a savings account. I had her college fund. I had this child. Anyway, she was going on and on. All I heard was woman to woman. And I swear to God, I thought she was about to say, and I planned for your ass from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet. I've paid for everything you got on, child. She kept saying all this stuff about money. She was not reading the room at all. She could not pick up the context clues. Desmond had the little baby in his lap and he was just staring at her while Tamra kept going and going and going before he said, okay, I'm done. He picked the baby up, put it on the floor, and he started going up the steps. Now, once he leaves the scene, Tamra's like, oh, maybe I went too far. Bitch, maybe you did. Oh my God. Tamra gets in confessional. She tries to play it off. She said, listen, I'm an open book when it comes to finance. She tried to act like she was a commercial. I'm an open book when it comes to finances. You know, I just talk about everything, my investments and everything. It doesn't bother me one bit. But, you know, he's kind of closed off. He doesn't talk about those things. Well, maybe it's because you're emasculating him, ho. You know damn well that you and him have different incomes. Don't do that, Tamra. But she went on and on for days, and she tried to pretend like, I don't know, maybe there's something coming down the pike. It's kind of scaring me a little bit. Nobody works themselves like a slave, baby, unless they're either trying to catch up to where you are, or unless he knows he's about to leave this damn relationship and you might try to hit him with the child support order. There's something going on, okay? Listen, look, people in the comments said that's why he got 2 jobs. Clearly, he's trying to catch up with you or be on your level, baby, but don't sit there and pretend I ain't never been without and I ain't going to be without and I plan and you don't. She was cussing that man out, even if it didn't sound like it. She was letting his ass have it. And he felt like, bitch, I got to find a 3rd job. Listen to you. Okay, come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hit that like button. 183 of you are here. Anyway, for everybody who said that Tamra was boring, she is not. I would love more scenes like this from her and Desmond. I thought the shit was hilarious. And we all know exactly what Desmond was thinking when, or excuse me, I call him Desmond. Damon was thinking when he was sitting there listening to her. Okay, like this is a broken record I'm never going to get through. And he barely got the words out. He said, have you ever been without? And then he was about to say, no. Like you can tell he was trying to stop her. No, don't do this. She said, you ain't. Okay, come on in, hit the like button, share the video. Happy Sunday, everybody. He don't want to be at home too much. Yeah, facts. That's what I said. I said, child, you be wearing that dude's ass out, okay? She said, I will never be without. And even though you don't plan, because when she said that, I went, oh, you're trying to say something, okay? Even though you don't plan, I do. That's why he got 2 jobs, just like y'all said in the comments. That's why he has 2 jobs, because he's trying to be on your level. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But don't emasculate him, okay? I didn't clock that until I went to the comments. She said she don't like him. What? She said she don't like him. I didn't hear that part. I heard her say that he wasn't a planner, but I didn't hear her say that she didn't like him. Definitely picked up. She's fussing with him about his finances. That's exactly what happened. Okay. Anyway, I thought it was a good scene. Moving on, let's talk about Miss Latrice, who is at home in a black and white gown, floor length gown, by the way, and she is packing for her girls' trip to Biloxi. And she said, listen, I am happy that I got the invite from Carrie to go on this girl trip. However, things have been weird with all of the Bells since my pool party, and she's having some reservations, but she's like, we just need to break the ice. So I'm definitely going to go. While all that's going down, Cliff comes in, aka Woodstock. Y'all know Cliff and Woodstock from the Charlie Brown cartoon. They look exactly alike. Woodstock comes in to get her out the bedroom. He said he got a surprise for her in the kitchen. And they go down to the kitchen. And yeah, I'm going to say that in this scene for the first time, because I didn't even know, Cliff has carried himself well for the most part. But when they was walking side by side and I saw Cliff's knees knocking together, I said, oh, hell, Cliff is long in the tooth for sure. Okay. He is long in the tooth. He looks a lot older than Latrice. I could not, child, Diana, why you said you having a who? Oh, did she ask him if he was having a baby? Child, I missed that part, but I believe it. Cliff look old as hell. Cliff better cut it out. He done slowed down. Child, he done slowed down. He done got that young wife, and he think she ain't going no damn where. Anyway, when they was walking through and I saw them knees knocking, I said, oh, Cliff, you better lose some weight, baby, because them knees ain't gonna get better. I promise you that. Anyway, Woody ordered some pasta and some shrimp and some salad and things from Uber Eats, child. And he told her, you go on ahead and sit down because I know you have been going through it with the Bells. And he was trying to cheer her up. So it was real nice to see Woody, taking a little time out for his wife, his younger wife. You know what I'm saying? He usually be cussing her out and telling her that she gets what she gets and she deserves it. But this time, he was taking a little moment to console her because he knows that she's having a bad time. Anyway, Latrice said, have you talked to Glendale yet? And he said, no, not yet. We ain't talked yet. And then, Latrice fills him in on what's going on between her and Mandy. And she said, Mandy apologized for what went down at our house. She said, but I know Mandy's heart. Okay. So I don't blame her. I believe her when she apologized. I don't think she meant to do that shit. Woody said, look, ain't nobody to blame here. Glenn is grown as okay, that was Glenn's problem. He was messing with another grown-ass woman. That grown-ass woman told the story. It is what it is, okay? You need to take the boulder off your shoulder, baby, okay? Don't carry that shit. I know Glenn, okay? He be whipping it out everywhere. He lucky it was just Mandy who told the story and not them 100 other bitches, okay, that I've seen him with, period, okay? Come on in. Welcome to the chat. 203 of y'all are here. Welcome to the cookout. And make sure y'all hit my like button, share the video, and hype me up, okay? Come on in. Come on in. That's right. Get my likes up. Thank you. Thank you so much, Sherry, for helping out. Anyway, for the first time, because I was not expecting Woodstock to actually say it's not your fault, but he's like, I'm gonna need you to get better, child. Don't carry this shit. There'll be something else 2 months from now. The bottom line is they grown, they know what's going on in their household. This is normal shit for them. Don't you carry it. And I was like, look at you, Woody. That was cool. Cliff, rumors will be coming about Cliff next season. You might be right, because they are setting the storyline up to make it sound like that. Anyway, in confessional, Latrice said, I honestly feel bad about what went down with Letitia and Glenn, which is another way of saying she feels guilty because the shit happened at her house. But she said Tisha's been ignoring her phone calls, her text messages, and she said it's making her feel real uneasy about this girls' trip to the coast. So she wants to make sure that they're going to be cool. But she said, fuck it, I have to face the music, so I am going to go. Anyway, Woody said, child, why are you wearing a ball gown if we, first of all, he said, why are you wearing a ball gown in the house if we, you and I, ain't going no damn where, okay? Because now Latrice made him a little curious. Girl, why are you walking around here completely different? I ain't seen this side of you, so what's this about? Because you know what they say, when you start acting different at home and you're happy and shit, people be trying to figure out what it is, okay? Because I'm the same. Cliff said, I've been doing the same old shit. So what's different in your world where you're going to be wearing this ball gown? Latrice said that she is in her soft girl era and she's just trying to be a rich housewife. Cliff said, you are a rich housewife, bitch. Okay. Have you seen the checkbook? I know you have. Okay. Cause you spending my money. So he said, you are a rich housewife. So what's going on? Anyway, Latrice asked Woody where he planned to stay while she was in Biloxi, Mississippi. She said, where you plan on going? Okay. Because you haven't been coming home. I haven't been able to get you to come home. What's going to go down when I'm over there in Mississippi? Do you plan on, or excuse me, on the coast? Do you plan on staying in the house? And he said, no, I do not. He said, listen, if you ain't here, I'm going to continue to stay at them condos. There's no reason for me to go driving back and forth. You know, I got arthritis in my foot. Okay, come on in. Welcome to the chat. 204 of you are here. He said, you know, I have arthritis in my foot. I'm not going to be driving back and forth. I don't know where Latrice lives in comparison to this restaurant. It must be like a good drive. But he said, I will still be at the condos above the restaurant. Anyway, Latrice said, I don't like that at all. And he said, what do you think is going to happen? Okay. Because you're grown and you get to do what you want to do. So why can't I do what I want to do and I'm grown? And Latrice said, that's true. I am grown, but I'm also married. So to an extent, there's some things that we should be doing to make sure we're responsible to each other. And then she said, would you like it if I was somewhere throwing ass on a man? What would you call that? And he said, I would call it cheating. Okay. And she said, exactly. He said, so you think I'm at the condos throwing dick? And Latrice said, you could be. Storyline for next season. You could be. I don't know. And he said, that's your problem right there. And she stood up and said, we're done with this conversation. What I'm not going to do is argue with you about some shit I can't prove yet. But when I do, we'll talk about it, okay? I'm not going to argue with you about some shit I can't prove. Then she said, all I know is when I come back from this girls' trip, your ass better be here before the street lights come on. Okay, before the street lights, you better be here, period. Okay, that's where you're going to be sleeping from this point forward. And she walks away. And when I tell you, Woody looked at the cameraman like, this bitch here. This bitch here gonna get up and walk away from me. Didn't even eat her food. She said, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Come on in. Welcome to the chat. Anyway, I enjoyed the scene, baby. I thought it was good. Yes, before the street lights. Latrice tried to put her good foot down, and I can't wait to see what happens next, okay? Because he was crying just 2 episodes ago saying, I understand that all the worry I'm putting my wife through by not coming home in the evening, by staying over there in them condos, and I promise I won't do it again. And 2 episodes later, he's still doing the same old shit. So we're going to see what's going down. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Anyway, I'm glad that she did put her foot down, that she tried to lay down the rules anyway. Next scene is Carrie and Matt. They're at a mansion. They've rented out an Airbnb over there in Biloxi. And they're going through the house to make sure that it is up to par for this girls' trip, okay? And y'all know they have the classic storyline, not enough rooms, but somebody's going to have to share something with a double bed. Okay, that's been going on since the black and white, silent movies. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Latrice stood on business, but Woody is an old head with money and will not listen to her. That's why I can't wait to see what happens next season. Anyway, while they're checking out the house, let me say this. After making this, checking out this mansion, which I would think that if you're going to rent a house, you could rent a house so that everybody in your group has a room, but that's not how it played out. And Matt, the husband, okay, is the one who recommends that Letitia and Latrice stay in the same room. Maybe that'll help them work out what they got going on. Matt, who told you to get yourself involved, child? Anyway, while they're doing that, all the rest of the Belles get into a Sprinter so that they can come out to the vacation house, okay? So they all seem cool while they're in the sprinter at first. They're making jokes and, all that kind of stuff. People are saying, I'm not sharing a room, because even they know how production is about to play it. But then it gets a little serious because Marie asked Letitia how Glenn was doing. And that's when her tone changes a little bit. Before she was joking. And now she said, I'm just tired of people playing in my motherfucking face. Okay. And Latrice definitely feels she takes a hit. Okay. Not Tambra. Tambra doesn't take a hit. Listen, the way Tambra was giggling this entire episode at these ladies was funny when she was one of the main ones laughing and joking when Mandy showed them those text messages. But she sat there with this big ass smile on her face, like, that's between y'all, not me. Okay. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If it don't apply, let it fly. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Child, they all trip about them rooms. They tripped a little bit, but thank God the audience didn't trip, child. Y'all know that that's a normal storyline for every scene, every production. That's something my mama used to say about being home before them street lights come on. Yes, every Black mama says that. Beat this car home and be here before the street lights. Come on in. Welcome to the chat. 224 of you are here. Hit that like button. Okay. And share the video and hype me up, please. And thank you. So anyway, now the ladies are at the mansion. And Carrie is ever so gracious host. She has swag bags for everybody. So it's like a bunch of tchotchkes and t-shirts, fans, little bottles of alcohol, stuff like that. It looks like there's a lot of stuff with her face on it. I don't know what's going on. We're learning something new about Carrie every second. Okay. Tisha said Carrie is extra as hell and that she is not surprised by anything that she sees. But the ladies really like the house. It is giving them a view of the coast. I feel like it's like wall-to-wall windows, like just surrounded by windows. And then, that's when she drops on them. We got 6 bills, 5 bedrooms. One of y'all is going to have to double up. And she she tells everybody it's by seniority. So the oldest gets to pick a room. And then the next oldest and the next oldest, leaving the 2 Las, Latrice and Letitia, to sleep in bunk beds. Them girls ain't sleeping on no bunk beds. Anyway, Letitia said that she's going to slide into the bed next to Marie, and she don't give a shit what Marie got going on. She can sleep naked. She could be having phone X with Cedric. She said, I don't give a damn. I'm going to be right there on the other side of that pillow, okay, with my eyeballs open like this, staring at her in the face, period. Okay, I don't care. She said, but I'm not going to be sleeping in no room with Latrice. Latrice can have that room by herself. Anyway, outside of that, ladies, that was it. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're welcome. Make sure you grab yourself a plate, child. There's a macaroni and cheese and a seafood boil happening, and we got some shish kebabs. So keep it coming in. Anyway, from there, the Bells go on a swamp ride, okay, to see the gators, child. Apparently, Carrie wants everybody to know that she is bout it. She said, I am deep down Southern Creole, okay? Don't let this glammed makeup and bob fool your ass. I like to waddle in the mud. That's where I come from. And she wants the girls to know that she can get gritty. She can get grimy. She can get all the things. While everybody else that's on this trip is like, bitch, the only time I go outside is to leave my front door to get in the car. I don't play outside for nothing, for no reason at all. Now that shit was hilarious, but they look like they had a good time, okay? I think they saw more bugs than gators when they were in the swamp. But baby, by the time they finished the swamp ride, them girls melted. Do you hear me? Marie's finger waves literally was just like that alfalfa bob. She had a bowl cut just dragging down her face. Everybody who had them wigs on, their hair was swollen from the humidity. Like everybody. Now, Carrie knew to put a hat on, so she kind of looked halfway decent, but makeup melting everything. And she did not let them girls go home to clean up. They had to go from the swamp to dinner. No putting, no refresh of makeup, hair, nothing. Okay, Carrie was not playing at all. I would think you would at least go get a shower, but no, ma'am. When Carrie said, I like to play in the dirt, she meant that shit. She meant that shit. This is her first girls trip. Now, I will say that everybody took it in stride because I don't think that this could have happened like on an RHOA or anything like that. Them fools would have been, pissed off. We ain't gonna go take a shower. Honey, take me somewhere. That was wild that she didn't plan better. That was wild. That was wild. But the girls were real like team players. Because I said I would have wanted to go home if I had to been in the swamp water all day. I need to clean off. I'm sorry. But they were, like I said, they were good sports. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate y'all. 221 of you are here. Anyway, now they are at a restaurant. I guess whoever the owner is, Carrie knows. So not only is she advertising for her restaurant, she's advertising for her friend's restaurant. I don't know if she's taking a hit on her salary or what, but old girl does not play when it comes to advertising, okay? She's getting her shit out there for her and her friends. And they come and they have a private space on the patio where they can film. And he starts bringing out a menu that is strictly for the Bells, including raw oysters, to which Marie is like, "How are you cool? I really cannot eat none of this shit that you keep serving me." And she looks sick too. She was like, I'm trying my best with Carrie. First, I have, a chronic illness. She has lupus. She's like, you put me out here with these damn bugs. I could get bit by a mosquito and get sick. You know what I'm saying? But now you keep serving me shit I can't eat either. And I have been out here all day. Come on in, come on in, come on in. She should have had some wipes in those bags. She sure should have. Because I'm telling you, those girls look like they melted. And I'm not even playing. I was like, ooh, y'all are good. But anyway, so after they start bringing out food that Marie can't eat, everybody else tried to partake in it. Letitia said, let's have the conversation that I've been avoiding all day long. And that is with you, Latrice, and what happened at that pool party. And Latrice takes a sip of her drink and she said, okay, let's talk about it. Because at the end of the day, Latrice knew what she was there to do. I'm going to give the production team a lot of credit for this scene because we could have got something real raw and nasty between these girls. But I like that they said, listen, we're going to let y'all have this conversation, but I want a conversation. I want y'all to get your words out and don't make it, too crazy. Okay. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But Letitia says, listen, I have never in my life been so humiliated, so disrespected, and so embarrassed in my friend's house. Okay. And I was like, oh my God, look, and I don't know if people know how hard this would be to do because you really want to cuss your friend out. You know what I'm saying? You want to cuss somebody out when this happens, but for her to be able to get this out the way she did was really cool. She tells Latrice that she feels like she lied in order to get her in her home and set her up. She said, that shit was, you targeted me. Every one of those questions was a target toward me. And I can't help but to feel that way. Okay. And Latrice put her hands together and she said, Letitia, what reason would I have to set you up? What reason would I have to set you up? Now, think about this, because in the history of our knowing each other, you have crossed me many a times, but I have never crossed you. Name one time that I have crossed you. And that is when Letitia said, well, I thought about that. I've looked at this in every angle. And there has been some times when I feel like you've set me up. You set me up with that Antoinette lady, okay? And then they show the scene where Antoinette said, respectfully, in front of God and everybody, okay? Letitia Pearson is full of shit. Now, that was a moment, baby, because even when that happened, I was like, oh, that shit was fun to the knee, okay? But when she said that, I was like, oh, shit. And then she said, what happened with your hairdresser was on the same kind of bullshit. And then they give us a scene where you hear Mandy say, I'm attracted to Glenn. And then she wanted Glenn to say that she was attracted to her back. Now, I told y'all last week that was some dirty dog shit because they didn't play it like that the first time around, or at least I didn't hear it that way. But she started it off. I'm attracted to Glenn. And she was sitting one person away from Letitia, like close enough for Letitia to grab her by her face, though, for her to grab her and be like, bitch, what? So she said, I'm attracted to Glenn. Don't lie, Glenn. So that was real. That was dirty, right? Anyway, Latrice said, I had no idea that she was going to do that. And she denied having anything to do with the question. So she said, absolutely not. Come on in. I had y'all take a poll at the top of the page. Make sure y'all take it because I'm about to read it in a minute. You should know when someone is playing with you and being real. I don't feel like Latrice lied or set her up. Okay, shit. Y'all getting... Hold on, lies more lies says she should have grabbed her. Facts. She was close enough for somebody to grab you, because if you're sitting there and you ask who's attracted to who on the set or in this group, and you just, I'll be honest, I'm attracted to Glenn. What did you want to happen next? What did you want to happen next? And then to demand that Glenn say he's attracted to you too? Girl, that was dirty work. Come on in, come on in. Production is on top of shit, period, this season. It was dirty. I agree. So when she puts that out there, Latrice just says, I had no idea she was going to do that. So Latrice denied both. She said, I didn't know she was going to do it. I had nothing to do with those questions. And basically in confessional, Marie said, that's bullshit. Okay. They keep getting everybody's reaction to all of this in confessional. The other girls are like, I do believe Latrice. I kind of, feel bad for Latrice, and I'm on both of their sides. I just want peace in the Middle East. But Marie said, absolutely the fuck not. Latrice absolutely knew that those questions was going to be there. Anyway, Letitia said that those questions were targeted. And that's what she means when she said, playing in my face. She said, I believe people were playing in my face. Now, Latrice, we've seen her in the past. Sometimes she can get a little rowdy about it. But she literally took a breath and said, listen, if you think I'm playing in your face, that means Glenn is playing in your face. And Letitia said, both of y'all, you, Glenn, and Mandy, the three of y'all is playing in my face. I'm not going to take Glenn out the mix. Okay. She said at the end of the day, everybody knows that Glenn is a liar. Everybody knows that Glenn is a liar. There's no way that anybody would have heard that man answer that question and thought, even if he denied it, thought he was telling the truth. That's why I think you were playing in my face. Period. Okay. Trey says, I consider both of y'all my friend. I consider both of you my friend. And I had no reason to set you up. Uh-oh, hold on, child. Marie stirs the pot. Well, she sure did. Okay. Latrice is not anybody's friend. Glendale is a cheater and will continue to, because Letitia will not leave. Child, listen, none of us should be wanting Letitia to leave. I say this all the time. Let Letitia stay until she's ready to go. Okay? Let her stay until she's ready to go. But she said, she said, I know my husband is a liar. I know my husband is a liar. And when I'm sitting there in this group and that shit went down, none of y'all would have ever believed that Glenn was innocent, which looks bad on me, period. And then she said, this is my problem with Mandy Pandy. Beetle motherfucking juice. This is my problem with Beetlejuice. She said, Beetlejuice used this platform to come after me so that she can get a spot. Okay? This is the problem with this, because she ain't got enough going on in her own fucking life, okay? Dating men and women and whoever else out there who wants to give it to her. She ain't got enough things going on in her life to bring to the show. So she decided that she was going to use me and my marriage. And I don't fucking play that shit. And then she went on to say, anytime that I see Mandy, that bitch is 9 yards up my ass. Okay? Ain't never once has she given me any indication that she was interested in my husband or that my husband was interested in her, which is why I said, y'all motherfuckers was playing in my face. Okay? Now, after all of this, when they go into confessional with the rest of the Bells, Marie said, at the end of the day, Latrice broke girls' code, period. Okay? Latrice don't have a problem telling everything else when it comes to Glenn. Why would she keep these damn DMs a secret? Period. Okay? Come on in. Come on in. Somebody gonna catch a case. Agreed. And get back for what they did to Latrice at that reunion. Okay, hold on. So anyway, after all of this, Letitia says, Letitia puts Latrice in the hot seat. Because I actually wasn't expecting this, but this was gold. Letitia puts Latrice in the hot seat, and she said, listen, I considered you a friend. If you telling me you considered me a friend, me and my husband, I got a question for you. She said, have you ever seen Glenn do anything? And she was really asking, have you seen my husband do anything inappropriate with your friend? But the way they were framing the question, because she never said the word Mandy, it was almost like Mandy's name couldn't be said in the scene. I'm not sure why they didn't say it, but she said, have you ever seen my husband with your friend doing anything inappropriate? I don't give a shit if it was your friend, your server, the dog. Have you seen him do anything inappropriate? Because if you have, I would want to know, because I feel like I would tell you if I saw Cliff doing some shit. I would tell Carrie if I saw Matt doing some shit. So she started naming names. She said, I want you to tell me if you saw my husband doing some shit. And Latrice picked up her drink, and I don't know what the hell was in it, but it was already a stiff drink. Because when she first sipped it, she was like, okay, you can tell it put a little hair on her chest. And she went, but when she asked that question, she went, it was the longest sip in the history of a sipping a drink, to the point of where Riri had to grab the drink out of her hand, like, bitch, answer the question. And when she did that, Marie said, you got your answer right there. Latrice looks over at Marie and said, Riri, stay out of my business. Don't answer for me, Mar. Don't answer for me, Mar. And Letitia said, bitch, what's the answer? What's the answer? And it's the cliffhanger. That's the cliffhanger. And I was like, baby, that's a real scene. That's a real scene, because even if you do know your husband, you put yourself and you put me in this situation. So now I'm going to ask your ass a question. If this is a case, because there's really no way to answer this correctly. If you say you saw some shit, you're not my friend. And if you said you didn't see no shit, you're not my friend because you didn't check Mandy when she did what she did at your house. So this is going to be a problem. I told y'all to answer my poll, okay, on the front. And now we about to get the answer for the poll. We about to get the answer. I said, was it fair? Hold on, let me put it on the screen because sometimes I be giving y'all these polls and y'all don't get to see them on the other side. Okay, there you go. So I said, was it fair for Tisha to ask Latrice if she had seen her husband Glenn cheating or being inappropriate with another woman? And 44% of y'all said yes, because she started the fire, while 43% of y'all said no. Tisha knows her husband, so it's unfair for her to grease into her bullshit. And then 12 of y'all said y'all was cleaning a landfill. What happened, child? Okay. So anyway, it looks like it's a tie, 44 and 43%. But y'all are split in here. I feel the only reason you would ask this question is because you want to lay blame on Latrice. I don't know if I think this is Latrice's fault. Not in that way. Like, don't make me responsible for your husband not keeping his shit in his pants. That's not my business to tell. Why is it for me to my business to hurt you, to hurt your feelings? I don't like that. That's how I feel about it. But she said, this is where we are, bitch. Okay, come on in. Look, I love this for real. Okay, come on in. The last time Latrice said something about Glenn cheating, Letitia got mad at her. Okay, the last time Latrice said something about Glenn cheating, Letitia got mad at her, and Latrice didn't say anything, and she's still mad. And that's what it felt like to me too, D. I said, you're putting her in a situation where she can't win. This is a catch-22. And the truth of the matter is, keep your shit on Mandy, in my opinion. Keep it on Mandy or keep it on Glenn. Because like you said, if Glenn answered no, he still would have been seen as a liar because everybody knows who Glenn is. Come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. She's not about to flip it on me, okay? I wouldn't tell her because she's not going anywhere. Okay, listen, half of y'all said cool, half of y'all said no. Marie wants to make sure that Letitia is never friends with Latrice again. Okay, see, a lot of y'all are saying the same thing I thought. I thought it was funny. I like that Latrice and Marie are cooler, like that little scene where she said, Mar, stay out of my business. Don't answer for me, Riri. The way Marie broke out in laughter, I mean, her whole head fell backward. She was laughing so hard. She was like, bitch, don't do that to me. But I like that. I hope that one of the Belles jump into the middle of that and say, don't do that. That's a no-win question. You can't win. You can't win. You know what I mean? And Latrice was like, bitch, I wasn't the only one who read them DMs. Tambra did too. And she said, Tambra sitting up there, Tambra was like this, like she was watching a tennis match, baby. She was like, okay, go Serena, go Venus. Okay, she was like, I don't have anything to do with this. I was like, Tambra. And you could read it all over her face. She was getting her life. Okay, come on in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I changed my mind. Latrice went along with, okay, Latrice went along with Mandy. All right, cool. They definitely flipping the script. I thought so too, y'all. They flipping the script on us. That's not fair. I don't think it was fair. I didn't think it was fair. We shall see what happens next, but I did like this episode. I'm giving it a solid 10 out of 10. This is real friendship bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's this type of stuff that happens when you have a cheating ass husband in the friend group. Period. When you have a cheating ass husband in the friend group, I promise y'all, this always happen where you got to be like, oh, this motherfucker is making me look bad with my friends. I don't like that. And those ladies knew that question was a way to blame Latrice versus Glenn. If you allow anyone to continue to cheat, they will. I believe Latrice knew about those questions, but Letitia has low self-esteem. All right. All right. Tamber daughter look just, yes, she do. Little Scarface is what I'm gonna call her. Okay. Little Demond, okay, going in. So y'all, that was it. That was the show. I enjoyed every single scene. It was a good mix of friendship. It was a good mix of, getting down to business. And I like that they did it in a way that was mature, that we didn't have a lot of rah-rah without solving problems. And I even like that Letitia, who I'm going to say, you are setting Latrice up. I still like it because that's real life. That's the shit that actually happens when you see this kind of stuff. And it usually takes someone on the outside to say, you're making her responsible for some bullshit that's in your house. That whatever it is that happened in front of everybody, even though you were embarrassed, should she apologize to you for it happening inside your house? Yes. Or inside her house? Yes. She owes you that apology for sure. But she can't be responsible for what Glenn does in the streets. She just can't. And it is always going to be her word against Glenn. Because when you go home and take whatever it is that Latrice said to you, when you take that back home and he switches it up and say, that was my cousin, that wasn't even anybody, you know what I'm saying? You're going to believe him. So you are making that girl wrong no matter what, and I didn't like it. But I'm the mature auntie. You know what I'm saying? I can see the problems before it happens. My mama always said that if you stay with a man that has disrespected you, you ain't seen nothing yet. Okay? You right about that. At least they were not acting like Tamar. Well, we're going to talk about Tamar on Tuesday. So y'all come and catch out my review for Tamar, child, because I got some tea for you on that. Glenn isn't done. He's going to continue providing Tisha with a storyline every season. Every season. Okay. I saw something the other day. Somebody said, this is supposed to be about the brunches. I went, baby, it is about the brunches. Letitia talked about them damn brunches at least every scene she was in, I feel like. However, it's also about her cheating ass husband. Okay. He's the one messing up them brunches. That's why Tina left Ike. That was part of the reason. Glenn, let's see. I wonder why Amanda is not, I wonder why she didn't say Amanda's name in that scene. I don't know if production cut it out or if she just chose not to say her name, because that was crazy. I thought that was kooky work. Hey, Sherry. Okay, child. See you next time. I thought that was kooky work. But yeah, that was it. That was the show. It was excellent in my opinion. In my opinion, I loved it. I loved it. But y'all, thank you for coming through. I wanted to see if y'all had any different takes on it. But y'all were split straight down the middle. You feel like some of it is Latrice and some of y'all feel like it's all Letitia. You probably won't see Mandy again if it's up to Letitia and Glenn. You know, the saddest part about this is when Mandy said, I'm attracted to you, I bet you that's all that Glenn thinks about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I bet you he was, even though he wasn't sleeping in the same bed with his wife, I'm sure he was fine with it. I'm sure he was cool. I'm sure he was going to sleep with all kinds of sugar plums dancing in his head. Like, oh, she's attracted to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that didn't take anything off of his, you know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I mean. I think Glenn was just fine with that shit. Anyways, let me put my little picture back up, child. I appreciate you guys for coming to the cookout today, as always. And thank y'all for bringing the paper plates and the mac and cheese and the deviled eggs and all the things. Okay, y'all are amazing. Let me get my other screen up. Y'all keep coming through because you are always welcome here. We are family. Do you hear me? We are family. So I love seeing y'all. I do need y'all to hit my like button, share this video, please, and thank you. Become a subscriber if you are not already, because we love all the cousins over here. I also want to thank all of my moderators. Kevin, thank you, Kevin. Thank you, Lady D Keys, and thank you, Clone in the House. That's my real sister. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Until the next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.